Hello YouTube, Hello YouTube, this is William Crossland, and yes, this is what I look like. If you've seen some of my content on Brando Showing Pictures, you already know what I look like, so this is no surprise to you. But for this channel, this is my face reveal. Hopefully it's a lot better than Scarce's face reveal. Okay, so my season recap videos have been completed. I talked about the final four drivers of the 2017 playoffs, and I also wrote a 2018 season preview last month that I went ahead and recorded, but it's really outdated now because it's been over a month. And so I thought I would just take all this new information we've had over the month and just make a fresh one, and also do it with the camera actually this time, because this is the kind of format I'll want to do when we actually get into the 2018 season. Before I get into the silly season preview and all that stuff, I just wanted to put out there my future plans for the season. I basically just want to do a conversation style weekly show with you, the audience, starting with Speed Weeks and the Daytona 500, and as consistently as I can, which I hope I can stay going every week, no matter how long it is or little it is. I want to go just a review of every race week after week, tell you what I liked, what I didn't like. This is a very opinionated show, but you're free to have your own opinions as well. I'm just telling you what I liked, what I didn't like. I'll also tell you the factual information, the winner of stage 1, stage 2, and then the final winner, and basically just cover all the highlights and anything that I found noteworthy. And so yeah, and at the end of each review, I'll show I'll talk about the playoff picture as we get closer to the cutoff races. And hopefully we'll have a lot of first-time winners like we did last year. So now getting on to the 2018 season preview. I believe the introduction to stage racing was a huge success last year, despite popular opinion. And I think at least for me, it got me a lot more excited about watching a race from start to finish, because you get those breaks. It's like any other sport. You should have breaks. This year will be the 60th annual running of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. And as we know about restrictor plate tracks and super speedways, it's anybody's race, because last year we were shown that really anybody can win, with the last lap pass coming from Kurt Busch taking it all. And I think we're going to find one of those again. People are saying that Kevin Harvick will be strong. Possibly. He showed some strength last year. I've decided that before Speed Weeks and the Daytona 500, I'm also going to do a prediction video where I'll get really specific predictions for this upcoming season. And at the end of November, I can laugh at myself how wrong I was, and you can tell me I told you so in the comments. So the first big bit of information that we got in the close of the 2017 season was that Hendrick Motorsports gave their full lineup for 2018. Looking down at my notes here, Alex Bowman will be taking over Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s ride in the 88, and Nationwide will stay the primary sponsor. William Byron will be bringing the 24 back to its Fire and Flames paint scheme. Chase Elliott, one of my favorite drivers, Chase Elliott, will be taking his dad's number, the number 9, with Napa Auto Parts as the sponsor. Jimmy Johnson which is now one of the main veteran drivers. It's hard to believe, but that's how far we've gotten. That's how old I am, I guess. Jimmy Johnson is one of the veteran drivers now. And he's got that jet black paint scheme, Lowe's for Pros sponsor. Also, another bit of big news for 2018. We're finally done with that ugly, in my opinion, kind of ugly for Chevrolet's potential, Having that Chevrolet SS out there, it was typical. It wasn't pretty, it was just a Chevrolet, But now they're unveiling the 2018 Camaro Zl1, and this makes any car look that much better. I mean, there's paint schemes from last year, like Jamie McMurray. He's keeping some of the same styles with his Chip Ganassi machine, but seeing that Camaro Zl1 body style on it, and it just makes everything look sexier. I'm excited to finally see the Camaro in the top tier of NASCAR. Really looking for that first win is really what Chase Elliott's going to be doing this season. He seems very poised to get this season underway, and don't be surprised if he just comes out and wins Daytona or Atlanta or Las Vegas or Bristol Day race in the early stages. I think he's got what it takes. Anyway, I will be at Atlanta Motor Speedway for that second race of the season. I will be doing a vlog from my phone, most likely, that I'll put on this channel, and that I'll have that as well as regularly scheduled race review. Now on that number 24 machine, we've got William Byron, which I think it's just amazing how good this kid is. And I can really say he's a kid because he's my age. Or, I mean, I'm 20. I think he's 19 or... Hey Siri, how old is William Byron?
According to my sources, William is 22 years old.
Okay, that's the wrong William Byron. Hey Siri.
Yeah?
How old is William Byron NASCAR? Okay, yeah, he is my age. Yeah, he's 20. He's 19. Well, he's younger than me. William Byron is younger than me. It's crazy, but another way to make me feel old. But William Byron, he won his first Daytona start last year in the Xfinity Series, and he also won his first Indianapolis start, which is just amazing. Like, I remember watching I remember watching Xfinity's Brickyard race. This kid's just a natural. He got his start on iRacing, which is something I got into for a little bit. I might get into in the future. It's considered one of the best simulations, one of the best stock car simulations, definitely on the market today. Whew. My camera cut off there for a second. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, Danica, after 5 years of being on the top level with only a 6th place finish at her best, and I just want to say that this has nothing to do with her gender. Just hear me out. When you're with a top-notch team like Stewart-Haas Racing for 5 whole years, and you still don't have a win, when you have a DNF every other race consistently, you have to start, as a business, you have to start putting the blame on the driver instead of the team and the crew, because obviously in the cog of what makes a racing team, the driver component is the one in this situation that was not contributing the same amount of dedication and performance. I'm sure she has the talent. I know it's in her. I mean, if you've seen her in the IndyCar series before she came to NASCAR, I just think she should have stayed with Xfinity, in the Xfinity series for just a little while longer until she could start getting some consistent wins and possibly a championship. I think that would have been very possible. But the good news out of this is that she will have 2 more races in her racing career. She'll have the Daytona 500, and GoDaddy is coming back to sponsor her, which is really respectful of GoDaddy.com. They used to be a big partner with her, and now they're coming back to pay their respects. She's also going to have the number 7, which is the number she came into NASCAR with. Tony Eury Jr., which was her crew chief when she came into NASCAR, will also be her crew chief at her last Daytona 500 and last NASCAR race. She'll be running at the Daytona 500, and also she'll have one last run at the Indy 500 in the Verizon IndyCar Series. And Eric Almirola will be taking her ride in the number 10 for Stewart-Haas Racing. I think this is a really great opportunity for Eric Almirola. He's been with Petty Enterprises for a while with that Smithfield 43. But now he's with one of the best teams in the sport. So if he knows as well as everybody else, if he's going to prove something, this year is the year, or this contract is the contract where you got to start proving why you were in the top series and start getting out there and just getting it done. Just start winning. And I think he can do it. A driver stepping away from racing is Matt Kenseth. He got his last win, which was really nice to see at Phoenix, the fall race at Phoenix, which I don't think he expected. And I just love seeing the emotion on his face winning his last race. But he says he's not retiring. It's just a step away from racing. And Eric Jones will be taking that number 20 car spot with Coach Joe Gibbs. Another person I'm really excited to see is Darrell Wallace Jr. or Bubba Wallace. He's taking the 43 ride. And this is a really great time for NASCAR because this will make history as an African-American driver will return to the top level of NASCAR for the first time since Bill Lester in the Truck Series in 2006. And the first time a African-American driver has been in the top series of NASCAR since sometime in the 70s, which is just outrageous. Like, why have we not have more diversity in the top ranks is beyond me. I mean, it's really unexcusable, NASCAR. We really need to get more diversity classes, rookie classes into this sport if we want to make it anywhere into the future. It's 2018. Come on. Another change will be that Ryan Blaney will be going to Penske, which kind of has the partnership with the Wood brothers, but so he had some ties with Penske in the Xfinity Series as he drove the 22 car in Xfinity. But now he's moving his Cup ride to the number 12, which will be nice to see the Penske number 12 back on the track. Kind of reminds me of the Ryan Newman days, as I'm sure it reminds you of that as well. It's going to be cool to see that. Ryan Blaney is one of my other favorite drivers along with Chase Elliott. And so Paul Menard will be taking Ryan Blaney's, not really a seat swap, but Paul Menard will be taking the 21 Wood Brothers machine. And as an alternate sponsor, besides Motorcraft, he'll also have Menards, which is a company that's been following him around, as I think his dad owns Menards or something like that. So other changes to speak of, Trevor Bayne has a fresh black paint scheme. I don't know what it is with these dark black paint schemes coming out with Jimmy Johnson and Trevor Bayne and Eric Almirola. I guess it's just a trend going on, but it looks cool regardless. And as you know, Casey Kane has lost his partnership with Hendrick Motorsports. They parted ways, and so he is moving to Levine Family Racing, number 95. I kind of feel bad for Casey Kane. He kind of had he's kind of had a tough break over the years. You know, I remember when he was that fresh young rookie, and he had that commercial where he was like the young gun, like the ladies' favorite kind of thing. And to see him now, it's like, man, where did the time go? So yeah, he's with the number 95 Levine Racing. It's an orange, black, and white scheme. Not the prettiest scheme in my opinion. It is my high school colors, so I'll give it that. And really, that's the only big changes to speak of. So that's the end of my 2018 season preview. Let me not forget though, schedule change. In 2018, we will be having the first ever road course playoff race, which will be at Charlotte. They've made a road course configuration in the infield. It will include turn 3 and 4 with a backstretch chicane and also a little inner loop as they get to the front straightaway. They're calling it the Charlotte Rovol, and that will be in late September 2018, early October. It'll be a fall playoff race. So that you can look up videos of Martin Truex Jr. test driving it, and as well as some others. The drivers seem to like it. They think it's challenging, and I think it's going to be a really great race to watch. It's going to be the Bank of America 500. It's going to be a really great race to watch. So that's the major news I've had. So that's the major news I've culminated for this 2018 season. I can't wait to get this show started with you guys. We're starting with Speed Weeks. I have a Facebook page, which these videos simulcast to. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and I'm also building up my Twitter account. So the links will be down in the description, and then follow me there. I'll keep minor updates there on when new videos will arrive and other things like that. Before Speed Weeks, I will have the prediction video I talked about. I'm going to make some really descriptive predictions. So let me know how you like this more conversational style of video. I know the season recap series of videos were very broadcast announcing sounding, but you know, now that I'm just talking face to face with the camera, I can be a little more myself. Let me know which one you like better. If you don't like the other one at all, maybe I'll just stick with this one, you know. Still really filling this channel out, but I'm excited to get going with the races and see if I can build up a community with you guys. So that's all for this episode. Be looking forward to the prediction, the NASCAR 2018 prediction video. And until next time, I'm William Crossland. Thanks for listening.